Okay, so we're here to present about the Coachella Music Festival, and here's our project plan. So we'll start with the project objectives, and our goal is to move crowds through Coachella faster and safer. We'll use CAD mapping, simulation, and ergonomic layouts, and we'll deliver implementable site plans. Our budget is $133,452, and this already includes the 12% contingency. Our critical success factors are the following: stakeholder engagement, validated simulation, compliance and safety, actionable outputs, optimal resource allocation, and budget governance. And we made our whole entire project plan under the following assumptions: that the movement patterns would be somehow predictable, that we'd have historical data, we'd train our staff, we'd have the infrastructure present at the venue, we'll have live feedback and emergency readiness at the venue as well.
The following undertaking is organized in a structured matrix designed featuring overlay levels of responsibility and functional expertise to ensure commitment and competence at all levels. The position of general manager oversees the overall strategy and ultimate clearance. The core organizational groups are project manager, safety and security, and communication and engagement are liable to them, as well as a risk management department that monitors concerns on a continuous basis. The following implementation plan breaks down with work breakdown structure, which is the foundation for scheduling cost estimation and resource allocation. The responsibility chart clarifies who's responsible, accountable, consulted, and informational RACI for its task, scheduling, giant chart, and pair analysis to plan, visualize, and track the project's progress over time. Giant chart includes all tasks and subtasks from the work breakdown structure with durations from 0.5 to 4 days depending on complexity, and the pair analysis, which identifies the critical paths that must be finished on time to avoid schedule delays.
So for our implementation plan, we broke the project into 9 phases using a detailed work breakdown structure. So this ensures every activity from research and scoping to simulation, on-site execution, uh, and post-event review is clearly defined and measurable. So we also developed the RACI chart, that is responsibility chart. So to clarify rules and avoid overlap, the project manager is accountable for scope and scheduling, and technical specialists are responsible for the CAD, modeling and the simulations. Safety officers are consulted on compliance, and stakeholders are informed throughout. So our Gantt chart lays out each task and subtasks with realistic durations and dependencies. This allows us to track progress weekly, overlap tasks where possible, and quickly identify the slippages. So in parallel, a PERT analysis helped us map dependencies and highlight the crucial path. Key activities like layout analysis, simulations, and CAD deliverables fall on this path. So meaning any delay here affects the entire project timeline. So in summary, combining the work breakdown structure, responsibility chart, Gantt, and the PERT chart gives us a structured, role-driven, and risk-aware roadmap, ensuring a smooth transition from planning to execution.
And here are our top 10 risks that we identified and have to be the most careful about. So to analyze these risks, we made a qualitative risk analysis, and we did that by making this table. If you go to the next slide, please. And it shows the risks ranked by probability and impact, and the numbers related to those top 10 risks, or the numbers related in this table, are related to the top 10 risks that we just talked about and saw in the last slide. So the highest priority is risk number 1, and that is overcrowding. Medium probability, high impact risks are weak simulations, misinstalled safety gear, and unfit safety tech. And our lower priority items include tech failures, weather, and late changes. Then another thing that we did to analyze these risks was the quantitative risk analysis. And this was done by calculating the RPN, or risk priority number, which is done by multiplying the severity, likelihood, and inability to detect. And as you can see, it basically ranks the different risks. The higher the RPN, the more immediate attention that risk needs, and the lower those risks just have to be monitored.
For the monitoring and control, our project follows a robust multi-level monitoring and control strategy to ensure timely delivery, quality outputs, and proactive risk management. The work is divided into phases with deliverables such as CAD models, simulations, and signage documentation. Weekly milestone reviews during Fridays to track progress, detect deviation, and apply corrective actions. Phase end reviews to validate deliverables, align on next steps, and confirm quality. Performance metrics to track task completion percentage, on-time delivery, and feedback. And reporting structure to progress. The reports are submitted after key work breakdown structure elements by assigned team members, ensuring accountability and transparency. This structured monitoring system guarantees continuous visibility, informed decision-making, and clear communication with the stakeholders through a project life cycle.
So our project will have an estimated total budget of $133,452. We'll be utilizing a top-down budgeting approach, and the budget can be broken down into several categories. So for staffing, our staffing costs covering safety oversight and data collection. Technology, we budgeted for sensors and digital boards, providing real-time data on crowd density and movement, and also being able to communicate with attendees quickly. Infrastructure includes temporary pathways, ramps, and signage to guide crowd flow. And contingency, we've set aside around 10% of the budget to cover unexpected needs. And overall, this budget is designed to be realistic for a pilot, flexible enough to adapt, but small enough that we're not overcommitting resources before we know what works best. And there are 4 areas of effects, impact areas such as lawsuit risks, brand value, operational productivity, and data enhancements. Now, we're assuming that we're not going to be including any overhead costs. Salaries are based only on average labor rates and hours worked. This is a one-time pilot, so there's not a recurring expense, and cost sharing with partners or public safety could help offset some costs. In conclusion, large-scale festivals face high operational complexities such as congestion, emergency access, and allocation of essential resources. But through controlled pilot testing, it helps us identify problems early before full-scale deployment, evaluating entry-exit flows, signage effectiveness, accessibility and ADA compliance, and emergency response protocols. So using risk management, process monitoring, and financial planning, it can help provide actionable insights to improve safety, efficiency, and attendee experience.